too bad. I woke up pretty late, probably about a half hour ago, and I'm already getting people asking me for my Happy Mail address to send me some NICU baby quilts. I just got a picture of a baby quilt that someone just made, Melanie. And so thank you all for wanting to add to the bundle that I've got going on. And so yesterday, here we are, we have one quilt that I've started or cut, and another quilt here. Of course, I did not have any more of this fabric, so I had this one block. We just kind of added that in. I just reshuffled these. I did make an actual video on how I put this together. I don't know, we could call it two-step because it's two fabrics. Really, two fabrics, any size. In this case, scraps and a main fabric, or a main fabric and scraps. You make it how you want to. But really simple. I chose 4.5, and then I subcut them in 8.5-inch pieces. So I went ahead and took two 4.5, sewed them, opened it up, and then what you do is you measure. I'm just going to give you a quick overview measure. But yeah, so I have an in-depth tutorial about this, but this is it, and this went super, super quick. Did you get my messages in Messenger? Yes, Melanie, I replied. That's what I was just saying to everybody. I saw your quilt. It's beautiful. Yes. Hi, Mom. So we have quilt 1 and quilt 2, again, all using this basic block. Could be any size. I used 4.5. You could use 3.5, and you measure any size, 2.5, whatever you got. It's whatever you got at home is what you're going to use. Here we are. I am turning on my machine. So I'm going to, and then what I'm going to do is add this as my border because it's not big enough, and it's 4 by 4. And after I was done with that fabric, this is all I had left. This. So this is great. I used up a whole thing. So I'm excited about that. And let's get to it. So I'm going to sew this, and I'm just going to pick up my blocks this way, and hopefully when I do this, I will sew it back to how it's supposed to look. You know that's the hardest, right? Cutting is close. So I'm going to pick this up and then just, whoops. Here we go. My handy dandy grabber. And let's put that back to where it needs to go. There, it needs to go here. So we are going to sew this up. And so here we are, cutting it close. What are you cutting close? We're gonna go this way. So, oh, I gotta turn that back on. So the lady the quilt shop that I bought this sewing machine just texted me last night. And as you know, they have come up with a new, I forgot what it was called. I looked it up and I told you it was $7,000. And so now she is selling what the next, what is it, Ballard, I think? Or I don't know, Christian. I don't remember what it was, but there was one that came, obviously many models that have came up after this, and there's a model that they're retiring because they just replaced it with a new model. And so she gave me the price of that, which is, whoo, it's crazy. Folks, still $5,000. It's crazy. That's even with trading this machine in. But she does have financing, so I don't know. I may just have to bite the bullet because this machine is really on its last leg. I hate to say it. And I love my vintage machines. I do. And I could quilt with my vintage machines. I really can. But for doing like, I don't know, for doing the work that I do, sample work and stuff like that, I really do need something like this that's very accurate. Not for what I'm doing now. So I might have to bite the bullet. Because we know that we only had about a year left before this thing really. And to fix this machine was going to cost me $1,000 to fix it back to where it needs to be fixed. So I don't know. I might have to just wait until a used one comes up, because you know what the truth is that because they have a new machine coming out, they might be more of, let's say, a machine like this or something else like this that will come up as a trade-in, because I bought this as a trade-in model. I never had a machine out of the box new. All my machines I've ever owned of this caliber have always been used. Good morning, Linda. And I don't have my glasses with me here. That's the problem. Here we go. And there's just a hand wave that I see. So we're gonna keep working on this. I'm gonna take my next pile here. Yeah, so, but I think it's a good deal. I mean, I looked at last night, so if anybody is the model that they are retiring, I guess if you need a machine like this, it's not terrible. But I need a car fixed more than I need a sewing machine. But it is tempting because she is offering financing for 3 years. It's like a car financing for 36 months. When they break it down with the financing, it's actually not that bad, but it's just the idea of it. It's kind of like, wow. Good morning, events. I think I'm gonna have to put this down. I'm gonna move this camera and see if this helps me. I don't have my reading glasses with me right now, so let's see. Events, yes. What are you making? We make quilts here for charity or for someone who just needs an extra little bit. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Christina. All right, so now I've got all my rows here, and they're 4, so I have to cut these in 2. So this is my first row, and I'm gonna just do that so I don't get all turned around. Here we are. And then I'm gonna make sure that this matches here, and then these match. And bring this. Now there's no when I'm saying matching, we're not matching seams. I'm just matching the fabric because I know that the fabric has to meet. So we're going to push this in here like that. Hi, Helen. So what did I do this weekend? Let's see. Saturday I was with you all. Went to an appointment. And we had a wild storm here, a wild storm. As a matter of fact, on our way home, my phone went off and it said tornado warning, seek shelter now. And we're on the road in the back of like a country road. There is no shelter or anything. And I was like, I was so panicked. But there were other cars on the road. So like we got lucky. But we did stop at a grocery store. The first closest thing that we could get to was a grocery store. So we did stop in there about 15 minutes in, and they had the warning for about an hour. So we just stayed at the grocery store. We shopped. We got some stuff to eat lunch because we hadn't eaten lunch. And then we also stopped at a thrift store. That's all I could manage. And I got a game. I got a game for us to play. And that goes there. And that'll be one day because I don't have it up here. But I found a game, and then I found some cute little glass things and some new shoes, brand new shoes in a box with the tag for $5. I got 2 pairs. 2 different pairs, so that was nice. That was a really, really nice thrift store we found. Because Honey's like, oh, I wonder if there's a thrift store in this area. It's such a nice neighborhood. And then we went and looked, and so we stopped. And yes, it is a very nice thrift store. We'll have to do that when I'm a little bit better. I've been having issues with pain and just not that well, but it's no matter whether I'm sitting or standing, and it's mostly in my legs, so I feel like I have to do a little bit more walking. But I am going to put a call into the doctor today, make sure. My other doctor seemed to think that it was healing pains, so but we are going to call just in case. So I have 4 rows done. I'm actually going to click this out. Hi Sherry and Alicia. No, Aisha, not Alicia. Aisha, good morning. So we have now, I left this, if you could see, I left this on there. And I'm going to go for it. I'm just leaving it on there. It's connected. Sort of webbed, but not really webbed. And now I'm going to do all my seams, because if you're new to here, there's no matching of the blocks with seams, but constructing it, we do have to match. Well, you don't have to, but I do. And I nest. So I'm going to move all my seams to one way, push them all to the right in this case. And then when I do the next row, everything will be pressed to the left. And then everything will hopefully lay flat. And here we are. So we got, oh, you know what I got? I got a key lime pie, which was super yummy. We picked up a key lime pie. Believe it or not, Sam's Club has a very good key lime pie. So on our way home, we did some shopping. Well, he did some shopping. I did some more like walking around, griping, and went back to the car early because I couldn't do anymore. So did some shopping. I came home. I've been home ever since. A lot on my couch. We're watching the Canadian Bake Off. We've been watching that. What else did we watch? Oh, I watched some documentary about Jane Grey, the queen that nobody talks about. I don't know. She's a Tudor queen. And she came into the monarch right after Edward, which was Henry's son. And I guess she was the queen before Mary. And so I watched a documentary about that. That's what I did yesterday. Saturday, I think I don't know. I had bad sleeping the last 2 nights because I'm pretty sure it's nerve pain. Pretty sure. That's why I want to call the doctor. It is out of control. Out of control. I mean, out of control. So the last 2 nights have been tough, and I don't know, maybe it's my fibromyalgia kicking in, but yeah. So I'm going to get that checked out. And I actually was thinking about not coming on, just doing my little tutorial, just uploading my tutorial. But I figured, well, I'm going to come in this room anyway and sew up these 2 quilts before I go back down to bed or to the couch to lay down. So I might as well do it with you all because everybody here is asleep and I like hanging out with my crew in the morning. So here we are. Hi, Raven. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to read this. This is the What Am I? See, what am I? I am a physical force. I am also a word meaning significant or serious. Less of me exists on the moon. I keep you from floating away. I'm the name of a film starring Sandra Bullock. I had a severe effect on Humpty Dumpty. What am I? What am I? Okay, come on. What am I? Gravity. Yes, it is gravity. It's gravity. Okay, here, this is a fun one. I am a small object. Don't drop me, but you can kick me around. I am woven with vivid patterns. My belly is often full of sand or seeds. Whammo made me famous, but my origins are ancient. My sport is known as footbag around the world. What am I? Now we have our last one. I'm making sure everything is going in like a staircase way. Yep. And we have our last. Look how quick this sews up, really quick. Yesterday when I did these, I went ahead and I have, let's see, so that goes this way. Okay. So I have, I don't know, about a half a bolt of this orange and black polka dot flannel that I bought for bibs. And I'm thinking I don't want it to come along Halloweenish. And what can I do to make it not look that way? And that's when I found this fabric because it has a lot of orange in it. So I said, well, we're going to do something with this fabric so that I can make it look like it intentionally matches. A hacky sack. Yes, hacky sack it is. Hi, Annette. Hi, Raven. Hi, Linda, in case if I didn't say that. Hacky sack it is. So here we are. Okay, ready? I am an instrument. I am part of an orchestra. Paired with on, I also mean to dwell upon persistently. I have a large frame with strings. I have a curved neck and petals. I appear in ancient art and literature. What am I? I sometimes, this is the last clue, I sometimes appear with angels. Yes, harp it is. Harp it is. So here we are. Hopefully I haven't made a boo-boo. Let's see. Doesn't look like I did. Looks like I managed to do it. There we are. So we have this one. And you know, it has polka dots in it, so I think it's going to be a good play with, it's all orange, this exact same color orange with little tiny black dots, but they're very spaced apart. So I think it's going to look good with this. I do need to put the border on that, but I'm going to get up and grab our next one. And while I do that, here we go. A new one. I am a mode of transportation. I can do what other crafts cannot. Leonardo da Vinci imagined me as a vertical screw. I provide a perpendicular escape. What do you think that is? Ooh, let's see. Okay, let me read the rest. Emergency crews rely on me for rescue. I am classified as a rotocraft. My propellers let me hover in the air. Anyone, any guesses? I am a mode of transportation. I can do what others crafts cannot. Leonardo da Vinci imagined me as a vertical screw. I provide a perpendicular escape. Emergency crews rely on me for rescues. I am classified as a rotocraft, and my propellers let me hover in the air. And we have it. Ding, 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 ding. Helicopter is the right answer. All right. Here we are. We're going to survival mode right now because that's where I'm at. I'm in a survival mode right now with, what in the world? I'm in survival mode. Ready? How to react if your TV catches on fire. How to react if your TV catches on fire. A, pull the plug and cover the TV from behind with a blanket to suffocate the flames. B, flip the TV to its front and quickly turn off the power circuit. Or C, Make sure the TV is turned off, then throw water on the flames. Oh, sweetie, you take care. You need to, yes, you have to take care of yourself. Don't be running around all those kids if you need time for yourself. I know it's hard as a teacher, you want to be there, but you got to take care of yourself first. And we are all thinking and sending prayers your way. You're going to get, you're going to do this. You're such a strong woman, Annette. You've been doing this for now a year and still going. You got this. We have A. Did you find some flannel yet? I want to send some to you after I get paid. I can either send it to your P.O. box, or if you rather, I can send it to your home. If so, email me your address. All right. I will. I have tiny pieces of flannel. My big pieces of flannel is what you saw. You know, at least a 1 yard cut of flannel will make at least one blanket. That much, I mean, one blanket, one quilt. We know that. That's right. You are definitely unstoppable. So we had one person say A about the TV. So, and it's A. Pull the plug and cover the TV from behind with a blanket to suffocate the flames. We did that one. Okay, how to treat poison ivy in the wild. In the wild. We are in the wild, folks. Cover the affected area with moss, keeping it in place with riverbank mud. B. Rub the affected area with jewelweed, also known as impatience or touch-me-nots. Or C. Wrap the affected area with water lily pads and let them dry in place. Sometimes they give us these questions, and I just wonder, where are we going to find some of these things that they say that we can find in the wild? Not everywhere do lily pads live in the wild. Just saying. One thing I'm going to do is I want to make a trip to that place I told you that that center, I forgot what it's called right now by me, that opened up where I found all that fabric, and see what they have for flannel selection. I meant to do it this weekend, but I just wasn't feeling right. I couldn't get in the car yesterday or deal with that, but I do want to try to go this week. Also, I will send you an email on what you said, Andrea, because I don't want anybody sending me stuff when they are needing their stuff for living. Things are expensive nowadays. So I want you to take care of you and your family. Please do not worry about sending me stuff. It's most important that you take care of you and your family. And those that have the extra means, by all means, you can send it my way. But I rather that for us folks who are on a budget, that don't worry about this. I'm on a budget, but this is stuff that I have here. That's, you know, I'm using what I've got. And I've already thought of when I run out of flannel, which I doubt it, but if I do, I have flannel pieces, so I can make the front, right? I can piece a flannel front and then use a regular cotton back. Doesn't matter, because one side is at least soft. So just putting that out there. I appreciate the sentiments, but you know, we all have to eat and survive in this economy right now. So and I know you pass it forward in your own community all the time. That's my little PSA about things. I know you want to be part of. But you do what you want to do. But I'm just saying, you know, just saying my little piece there. I just want everybody to be able to survive. There we are. Good morning, Deb. Good morning. All right, so the answer, how to treat poison ivy in the wild. Hold on. I'm going to put that like that. It's not A. It's not A. Okay, Andrea. Because that's what I was thinking in the back of my mind. Okay. So it's not A. So your choices are, I'm going to bring it down to 50-50. How to treat poison ivy in the wild. So the answer is B or C. B, rub the affected area with jewelweed, also known as impatiens or touch-me-nots. Or C, wrap the affected area with a water lily pad and let it dry in place. Pee on it. I know, Raven, in Puerto Rico, when you come out of like some ocean event, it's like pee on it. That's for jelly sticks. Oh boy. All right, so I'm just, I've got some other ideas too, so we're just going to keep up. I love that I'm playing with just these ideas on using what I have. The next thing I'm going to do, because this was yardage, you know, one piece was these colors that you saw, the different colors were all like 1/4 yard cuts. So I got 2 4.5 inch with the fabric strips per 1/4 yard cut. And then I don't remember what, so you figure 4 times 4, 8, 12, 13, 4. So I think I used that for each quilt. I think I used a 1/2 yard of this one flower. I'm just thinking in my head. 1/2 yard of the one flower, and then what was it, 3 or 4 1/4 yard cuts. They're literally the scraps I took right out of my drawers. I'm guessing B. I know this from somewhere. Yes, it's B. It is B. And we have that. It is B. Now we're going to put this one on. So what I did was I sewed everything at one time, all the strips, and then I had fun just kind of placing them together. Okay, here we go. How to decode a white flag waved horizontally. How to decode a white flag waved horizontally. A, it means this is a civilian vessel. B, it means it is unsafe to land here. Or C, it means we are sending help. Stay where you are. How to decode a white flag waved horizontally. See, sending you positive thoughts. Annette, I surrender. That's what I thought. Your chat wasn't moving. This happened to me yesterday, Melanie, remember? Or wasn't I wasn't even on a live yesterday, Saturday. You take your finger and move it up, maybe? That's what I did. Because I thought nobody was responding, and then I noticed that it was, my chat was stuck, and then I used my finger to scroll up. So here we have another one of these. Now I do want to press these before I put the borders on. So let me do that. And then let me show you some things I worked on. You ready? These are some things I worked on when, now a lot of these I had pre-cut. So when I was feeling like I had to move and get out of wherever I was, I went ahead and whipped some of these up. Could you also be a truce or these? So here it is. How to decode a white flag waved horizontally is B. It means it is unsafe to land here. It means that it is unsafe to land here. So that, yes, it is heating up my iron. And we are going to, I don't think I showed you this, but maybe I did. So this is that Benartex pattern. I use this center, remember this Tula Pink center? And then this is what I did on the sides. So here is this one. And then I did another one of those, and this is going to go on the back of the orange and black polka dot because this has some orange in the dump trucks. Whoops, I have it upside down. And the little dump trucks and stuff. Oh, some are, oh, I see. Oh, that's funny. I never noticed that. So like this upside, okay, I guess this is their version of tossed fabrics. So here, and then this is what it looks like. These cut and easy to go by. Then, do you all remember when I was in Puerto Rico, I was making the no measure, I don't know, something I thought of, and I went through all my scraps, my wonky 4 patches. So I took my wonky 4 patches and I went ahead and sprawled them through. So these were 6.5 inch blocks, which could be any block. That's 6.5 inch, any block. And this piece here is 12.5 by 6.5. So I took these 12.5 inch pieces and paired them with a wonky 4 patch. And because this was directional fabric, I had to really be careful. But if it's not directional, if you just go ahead and sew one 6.5 inch to this 12.5 inch, and then you rotate them, you get something that looks like this. I thought it was cool. I just made this up. I mean, maybe someone out there has something like this, but I was playing around and I made this up. And this was from my stash, and that was from my crumbs, believe it or not, right? And then because I have so many of those, right? I made 30 of them in Puerto Rico. So it takes 10 to make one of these baby size quilts. Oh, and then I do need to add, let's see, how many rows did I do? 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to make a tutorial on this with that last batch of 10 I have. Because this is a super easy quilt. You can make this as big as you want, as small as you want. I added borders to extend it because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Look at this. So that was it. But I played with that. I sketched that out and played with it, and it worked. All right, so am I missing anything? Aren't they cute? And again, 6.5 by 12.5 inch brick. I'm going to call it a brick, and a 6.5 inch square of any kind. All right, I'm going to come here and press this real quick, and we can get the borders on. So here's one. One has been pressed. That's what it looks like. And we'll get the other one. And here is the other, right here. So now all this needs is the border to kind of get it out to 36. I saw something that wasn't sewn. Where did it go? Nobody knows. There it is. See that? I don't know what happened there, but that did not get sewed all the way. So we're going to go back in there and fix that now. That's so weird. We're going to fix that now because it's easier now than later. I'm back to check in. Okay. Lionel, is that it? So now we're going to take, so that was 4.5 and 8.5 sections. What size was this? This is a 3-inch, So I'm going to put a 3-inch all the way, a 3-inch piece all the way around this. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead, and I know that I could just grab one and go, but then I have all these small pieces, so I'm just going to join them, and then this way it'll be easy to go all the way around. And that's what I'm going to do. And then this should give me the size I need. I don't think I'm gonna need a full 4, but doing it this way, we'll do it because I have 2. We're getting a lot done with a lot of scraps and a lot of some scraps and yardage, and we're making some pretty stuff. I think I like them. And it's right up my alley because this is therapeutic sewing for me. This is not something I have to think of very hard. Hi, Sherry. I'm going to put this on and we will take this off. Okay, here we go. Here's a good one. Next question, a survival question. Ready? How to keep squirrels out of your attic. How to keep squirrels out of your attic. I'm sure you will be a sewing king once you take it out. Jay Brown, good morning. How to keep squirrels out of the attic. A, gather mothballs throughout the attic. B, place double-sided tape around any holes they might be using as entry points. Or C, leave dishes of vinegar in the corner of the attic. Hello, Mary, right? Yes, Marie. Oh, boy, I've lost everybody's name. So sorry. I think it's Marie. I have to think there for a little bit. It's like Alex. I don't know why. Sometimes I forget her name too. It'll come. Once my lives are more routine, all the names will come flowing again. And the answer is A. Yes. The answer is A. Yes, gather mothballs. But would that leach into the house, the smell of mothballs? Because Maria, thank you. Mary works too. I think I got Mary on my brain because I just watched that documentary about Lady Grey. Ooh, look at that. That's wild. Let's pull that up. My needle just, yeah, I've got to do something here. My needle's like, yep. It didn't break. It just came out of the socket, and that's okay because it's reminding me that I need to change my needle. That's all that's doing, is reminding me that I need to. Here we are. I've been sewing a lot. It's a good reminder. It's a new week, a fresh week. Now I just have to make sure I have this right. Yep. That divot goes in the back. Here for the newbie. I don't know if you can see, but this is changing my needle. So there is, and the needle has a front, and then the needle has the back, and it's like a little divot or like dips back there. So depending if your needle, how your needle's supposed to be, how you're supposed to thread it, you always make sure that, at least for everyone I know, that that divot is the back of it. That's not the front. There it goes. And we've got it. And actually, it's sewed all the way to the end, but we'll give it another little pass just to make sure. Okay, so we have a prince. All right, here we are. So it is A, that the scatter throughout. Oh, ooh. Okay, here we go. Survival tip number 47. Let me find this. Back there. How to consume moldy food. We must be desperate, folks. We're about ready to consume some moldy food. How to consume moldy food. A, throw the food out. The presence of mold indicates contamination. B, trim off the mold. The rest of the food should be safe to eat. C, don't waste any part of the food, including the mold. Mold is the basis for antibiotics and can be eaten. Alrighty then. What do y'all say? I know what I would say. You got 2 A's and a B. I have a real problem with moldy anyway, but B is right answer though. So I'm with you, Andrea. Same thing, but B is the right answer. So we were taught that with cheese, you just cut off the mold of the cheese and the rest is good because cheese theoretically has mold in it. So that's one. Same thing with fruits and vegetables, but it's kind of hard. Like if you had spaghetti 3 weeks ago and you go in your refrigerator and it is a science experiment, I don't think I want to eat it. I don't think I would shave it off, but maybe if I'm hungry, I would. If that's all I had, maybe I would. So it does say to trim off the mold and the rest of the food should be safe to eat. I disagree with that because that doesn't pertain to every kind of food out there. You can really get sick. Something called botulism and whatnot. So, you know. Okay, how to get rid of cockroaches in the least toxic way. How to get rid of cockroaches in the least toxic way. A, place piles of sugar outside your house. B, scatter I can say this, but I'm not going to be able to say it today because I use this for the chickens. Scatter diatomaceous earth and boric acid in affected areas. Or C, use whiteout to paint border lines around infested areas. The cockroaches will not cross the lines. So diatomaceous earth you can use in your chicken's dust bath so that they can get rid of like mites if they have mites or anything like that. Maybe you want to wait to back those quilts until my happy mail arrives. All right, Helen. We've got plenty of quilts quilts to back. Oh my goodness, I have so many quilts to back. Well, I have a pile that I will wait. I just have one, like I have 2 more half bolts, and so my honey, hold on, I'm gonna take you over there. He has put that on there for me. That's why I was making sure. Yes, he has put that on there, and I will be using that stuff, Helen, so thank you. I have to put something on there. It's already loaded for me, and I ran out of batting yesterday, well, out of the roll that I had, and so that was my backup roll. So now I have to find some on sale, but he put that there, and he's gonna have to cut that up there for me. That's his job today. Well, he's gonna go to work, but before he goes to work, he's gonna cut that up because I can't lift that roll. I just keep making these. Anytime I get up out of whatever and I start moving, I just put one of these together. It makes me so happy and joyful to use my stash and to just know that this is going to just cheer up, at this point, a family, because the baby doesn't know, but divorce, how to get rid of cockroaches in the lease is divorce. Yeah, if you're married to a cockroach, I guess that's a good way to do it. Let's see. It's supposed to get rid of ants too. We have bees. Cassandra, good morning. Well, there's 60 people on this morning. Wow, that's great. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Double tap your screen. The orange is cute. Where does everyone find a roll of batting on sale? I found mine at Joann's. Yeah, that's my last batting roll from Joann's. That's my roll from Joann's. My prized possession of Joann's, because I had bought 2 rolls, was it, when I went there? 2 or 3? And oh, that's right, the other roll was polyester, so I can't use that. I'm looking over there, and the one other roll is almost out too, but that's 120. So that's my last roll of 90 wide. And yes, I don't know. There is a wholesale place that I go to in Massachusetts. I might have to go there when I visit my daughter in the future. But that should keep me busy for a little bit. It's a whole roll. It just opened it up. So that should keep me busy for a bit. I'm probably going to go into shock when I see the new prices of batting, because that roll, I think with tax and everything, was like $110. Drop off. No, probably, Melanie. Take care. Hello, Yvette. Linda has some good prices. You know, I've noticed on my feed that Linda's electric quilts come up often, so I do need to look that up. Oh, please don't tell me a roll will be 200. That would not be great at all. All right, so we have that. I'm just going to finger press that here. And let's see, do I have this? Is this long enough to do one pass? Let's see. Yeah. Actually, I need to put more on here. So we'll put another. So I put 4 on here, so I'll just put 3 on here now, because it looks like, why does that look too skinny? Let me see this piece here. Bye, Melanie. Hello, Elm Strawberry. I get my batting from Linda's. That's what you said in right? I think you told me that. Well, I'm just going to make do with this and see if I can what do you call that? Frankenpiece, whatever I need to Frankenpiece. But I think we're good. I think we might be good. I'll tell you, there is something I need. If someone is looking for something to send me, you can send it to me so you don't have to pay the shipping. You can send it through Amazon or anything, or you could buy it and send it to me. There is something I need, but I just let me know so that I don't get 20 boxes because I don't need that much. But I'm gonna have to wash all these quilts, so I'm gonna need for those of you who are looking some way, is the cloth things. What are they called? The color catchers. The color catchers. So, you know, I'm thinking a box is sufficient. Just want, you know, like 1 or 2. I don't want everybody sending me color catchers. I don't want like 1,000 color catchers. But if you have color catchers or you want to send color catchers, email me. I will gladly take a box or 2 of color catchers. So when these get washed, they're pretty good. I mean, I normally do color catchers and a little bit of Dawn because it has this synthropol, whatever that is, that helps with bleeding. And I will not be doing the washing because I can't do the laundry yet. So it'll be my honey. Are you still working? I am still working on these NICU baby blankets. Florame, good morning. Do you have an Amazon wish list? I do have a wish list, but that stuff, I don't even know what's on it. It's so old. I probably have to go in there and revamp it. It's just stuff like if kiddos want to get me something, you know, there was maybe some stuff in there. So I probably should go in there and check that out. Maybe that's something good I could do today. Because like I could put on, yeah, that's a good idea. Years ago, I haven't, like we started a wish list for my house in Puerto Rico. But I think pretty much I found everything either at a Goodwill thrift store and then I brought it with me. And then some things obviously I had to buy there, but. So maybe I should wipe that away. I don't know how many you can have in sewing. Maybe I could maybe do a new one saying sewing. The only wish list that I have, which is super old too, and I have to update, is the soft squares one because I did that a while ago. Probably that doesn't even have current stuff. Novice quilter here. What batting is good? Does it come in grades or weight? Well, I'm finding batting is getting thinner and thinner. You could use 100% batting. So this, for the NICU blankets, they're saying no poly, no wool, no bamboo. It has to be either 100% cotton or 80-20 cotton batting. 80% cotton and 20% poly. And 80-20 is because they use something called skim or scrim or whatever it's called. And that is polyester. So here we are. Look, we have this one all done. And then now I have to put, I'm going to put another strip here. There we are. And actually, I think this will be scrap. I think it will be. Okay, what else? The way you put, that way you put what you need and how much. Yes, so that's a good idea. I have to refresh myself how to do that. Probably call my daughter. Because that's a good thing. Yeah, because just yesterday I was thinking someone had, my honey's like, well, what are things that you're going to need to finish this up? I'm like, you know what? I'm almost out of those color catchers because I used a bunch of them for those Valor quilts that I had done locally here. And then I said, and then batting, you know, here and there. So there's a couple of those things that you all don't know that's going on, is that I actually have to send my machine in to Grace because there's a little hiccup in it. And they've been very lovely and they're taking care of it. It's not a big deal. All, you know, stuff happens. And so I actually, my machine, my honey has to pack up my machine. So after I do that, he's gonna pack up my machine. And then I have a cutie frame in a box here that was gifted to me by Anna. It was her old frame to take to Puerto Rico. And because I didn't take it to Puerto Rico this time, it's sitting in my living room. So I actually spoke to Anna last night, and she will be coming over, and hopefully my honey will be home, and they will set up this cutie frame, and she's going to show me how to use it because she upgraded once she saw my little setup here. And so I will probably, you know, it'd be great to have batting already, crib size batting package, crib size batting, because then I can open it up and it's already the size it probably needs to be, right? And then use it on the cutie frame. And I don't know, we're gonna use my Pfaff Grand Quilter, which is what I used as my first long arm on an Inspire frame. But I don't have an Inspire frame anymore because I sold that with my, yes, with my stitch regulator. I should have never sold that stitch regulator. Yeah, I sold that. So I'm going to use the Grand Quilter without a stitch regulator, possibly, and figure it out. And maybe I'll be sitting doing that. I don't know. We'll see. My honey yesterday was dabbling a little. So here we go. As much cotton as possible is what I look for if you're making potato bags or bowl holders, if it has to be 100%. Yes. No limit on the wish list. You can make one specific for your channel and add it to the descriptions of your video. Okay. Missouri Star has an easy layer cake tulip pattern, but it makes a really big quilt. It's also a free tutorial on YouTube. Okay, layer cake tulip pattern. Is it like that little tulip thing that goes like this? That can't. They did some kind of thing that looked like tulips, flat flowers during COVID, and I made one of those during COVID. So yeah, so I used. What did I use? I used 7 strips, and then I had this extra and this. So this will all go into my scrap bin. And so here we are. Now we have this other one, and that's done. And that's it. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm shutting me down. I'm going downstairs. It has half square triangles. All right, well, I'm gonna have to look that up. So everyone, take care of yourself, pass it forward, and if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. If you don't mind, on your way out, giving me the thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. So right now I am I'm pretty much steady. It's gonna be a busy week for me this week. I've got some doctor's appointments that are far away, so there'll be days I won't have lives, yada yada. You know how it is. It's very unpredictable of what's going on over here. So I will see you all soon. And yes, so if you want to send me color catchers, just email me at PastryQueen13@gmail.com. Everyone take care. Bye-bye.